Hello traders, welcome back, welcome on a Billions Club, welcome in today's live trading session. As always, we will go through what is happening currently on gold chart, most importantly, because that's the pair that I'm going to be trading the most. We got a few things to check today, which is going to be the result of the FOMC. I will show you the current market structure and basically current key levels that I'm paying attention to, and also we will connect, or I decided I'm going to connect my account to my FX book, so it's going to be verified and you will be able to check my portfolio and my performance on my account, because I think that I'm trying to be as transparent as possible. So you'll be able to see my account, how I'm performing. I know that I'm basically putting on myself unnecessary pressure, because you'll be able to see my performance live. So every time when I get into some drawdown, it's going to be harder to get back, but I believe that it's also going to make me to stick to rules more, because people see what mistakes you make and so on. So that's why I decided to do it. We will check it at the end of the stream, because I was trying to connect it before the stream and it was showing some mistake or some errors. So we will do it again during the stream. If you don't know what is my FX book, it's basically a portfolio manager or stats checker. So you'll be able to see my performance here. Overall, yesterday I was long on gold. I was posting the trade to the Crypto Wizards and even to the Billions Club. As you can see, this was the only trade that I took right here. From the 1928, we can say, to around 1933. I was posting this in the morning and I said I just entered long on gold, targeting the naked point of control. Then I took a long on on a challenge account, and that one got stopped out. So that's basically it about the yesterday. What do we have here today? Oh, Ayush is in the chat. Perfect. I'm looking forward to the mentoring. I think it's going to be amazing. We will focus on mostly supply and demand, basically, because that's really what I love to use, and I use it on a daily basis. So I will try to show you some tips and tricks how to use it, but we'll see. I first need to know what you use exactly, and then I will create some plan for the mentoring. Overall, let's start on gold. For our time frame, we are currently hitting very important demand. So I'm expecting that this demand is gonna go hold the gold chart today, and I'm expecting to get some bounce. One important thing that is worth to mention here: we got this untested area around 1918 to 1916, and this zone is also very, very likely to get tapped, in my opinion. How I view the current market structure is this is obviously going to be the internal high, and I'm going to keep this as an internal low. So internally, I think that we are still in uptrend, and I'm not calling this downtrend yet, but once we will break through this 1922 area, then most likely go into 1916, 1918, I would expect some small bounce and then continuation down all the way to around 1897. Only if we break this demand here, and we will continue to the downside. So that's about it from the market structure perspective. I'm honestly a bit upset at myself that I wasn't long in from the 1903 or 1904, because that was a very easy trade, I think I can say. But yeah, I was just overthinking a bit and I didn't take this setup. I took this setup from 1928 all the way down to 1904. That was a very, very good short, but I closed it obviously, and I didn't enter long because I was actually waiting for 1898, which we never tapped. All right, going down to the 15-minute level or the 15-minute chart. Here, how I currently view the market structure. So this is going to be the strong low for us around the 1947, sorry, strong high, obviously. I'm looking for a retracement today to around 1933 basically, at least. I think it would be very, very healthy to get a move to the upside to 1933, and it's kind of my plan for today. This supply level perfectly mitigated. And I'm not classing this as a weak low yet, because firstly we need to get the retracement. Overall, the internal structure, how I view it here, for me the 1932 is going to be the internal high. And this is going to be an internal low. Right here. So for our, obviously this order block seems reasonable to provide some bounce to the upside. But you know, there's nothing guaranteed. I'm not saying that on 100% it will hold. And there is a kind of a big chance that we will actually continue down to the 1918-ish area. So we perfectly bounce from this zone right here. This could have been a perfect long. Unfortunately, it was happening around 3 a.m., 3:30 my time. So obviously no chance that I could have taken this trade. And we still got a naked POC around 1942. That will also be reasonable to go and hit this level. It kind of makes sense. I'm checking if there is any liquidation that occurred. But not really, honestly. I'm sorry, but I think the one liquidation level could be below this low. Which means that you'd be looking for basically LQ sweep below the level, tapping this zone and getting a move to the upside. I'm thinking about taking a trade out of here, basically stop loss below the low. But it's a very risky position, you know. It's just like you are going against heavy momentum after yesterday's FOMC, so it really depends if you want to be going against the trend that is formed here, or you rather want to stick with the flow. So like, just to make it clear, it's definitely better to wait for upper retracements and go short. It's just like, if you want to be catching the trades against the trend, it's one way how to do it today. So I'm gonna send a plan to the group, and I'm saying here this is the only reasonable zone for me on a chart. I'm looking for retracement at least to 1933. As I'm saying here, if this demand won't hold, 1916 to 1918 is the next area on a chart. Just gonna send the plan. And we got a 44 minutes until the candle closes on a 4-hour time frame. So this will also close as a kind of bearish candle on 4-hour most likely. Do we have any news today? I don't think so. I'm not 100% sure. Jan is no trader. His track record is fake. Why would be my track record fake? It's verified by my FX book and I'm trading live here for last literally 2.5 months. I don't know what is your problem. In 4 hours, oh yeah, we got a PA, we get unemployment claims. Oh yeah, 2:30. What is the forecast? Previous to 20. Yeah, I'm looking to take a trade today. I'm still, we will get there, but I'm long on Bitcoin from yesterday after this low was formed. BTC is just going sideways though, so I'm in a small profit now, nothing major. And honestly, this is not like the most solid low that I've ever seen. It's not a very, very strong level, to be honest. Like on a 5-minute time frame, you get some imbalances down there. But you know, I said that I'm entering yesterday when I entered the trade right here. I entered a long on BTC, very risky one. I'm not sending stop loss because if you're in my group, you know the strategy, you know where to place stop loss. So the stop loss is simply placed right here. This was basically the entry. This was the stop loss, and I'm looking for a target all the way up here, just to give it like a sensible risk to reward, because it's a very risky trade. At least I want to have like a decent R on this trade. So 3.7 makes sense to me. The problem is it's not even flipping the zone here. So basically the zone that I'm talking about is this one. So this one perfectly mitigated. I was thinking about closing the trade right here, but if you think about it, it doesn't really make sense because my entry was literally here with a spread maybe even a bit higher, and you close it here, the border of the box, it gives you 1.4. You couldn't know that it's going to extend all the way up here, which gives you 1.9, also not good at all. What's your name on the FX book? I'm going to open it now. I will share it. Oh yeah, I'm not logged in. I'm logged in on a Mac here. I'm going to share it publicly. You know what? I will open a Mac here now. And I will try to do it again. Oh, I'm running out of battery. Look at this. So yeah, I'm gonna do it after the stream, or I'm gonna log in here to to the system right there. I've never used the MyFX book. I've never used the MyFX book again, or sorry, before, for the funded account. So, just checking the email. It tells me it's the wrong email or wrong password. So I will share it publicly to the Discord after the stream. Yeah, we will check the other pairs too. But my name on the FX book is gonna be this. It's CB. This one. That's my name on the FX book. I'm expecting long in BTC till 27,875, which is naked POC. Yeah, it's also kind of a zone that I'm looking for. But this naked POC is a very, very old one. It's from end of August, you know, so it's already like 23 days old. Usually these naked POCs, they don't provide like a very, very huge reaction. We don't have any, oh, we gotta put a low right here actually. 26,649. It would also make sense to go lower and basically hit this zone. I may be collapsing the trade in a break even. I'm still in a profit now, but I'm gonna be very, very aware of price potentially moving even lower. So the liquidity on EU is swept. I don't know if he bounced from any specific level here. Don't think so that we did. Maybe on a 15-minute, but I don't like these very, very old 15-minute supply or demand. We flipped the PBL point before liquidation. So this local supply got flipped right here. And this is also 15-minute IBOS. This gives you an internal low. And this is the local supply where you could start rejecting again. Definitely better trades are on the short side today. So EU may go all the way up here to basically hit this 4-hour supply. It would make complete sense, but I'll be looking for a short out of this zone, probably. This one right here. This could be a short level for me today on EU. This is definitely the local resistance on EU with local liquidity above it, which is not swept yet. We may go and sweep the liquidity, but again, this is not a high probability trade for me. I don't think it's even in a 382. Maybe 382 Fibo could be the level here. Okay, so it's around the 382. But I would be rather taking a trade from the 618 and a 66 and basically supply right here. It could also be a naked point of control. No, the NPOC is a bit lower. But to me, it makes a bit more sense to get a retracement all the way up here and enter a short from this box and target down, to be completely honest. And on gold, if you are talking about a short level, then short level first one that I see is all the way up here, the 1940. But it's only if we get here, you know, it's not really guaranteed if we get here, but there is like a plenty of imbalances. It would make sense again to go up and fill them to create something like this. You might be a short 10691, 10691, 1069. Yeah, you're looking basically for the same level as I do. Yes, I think it's going to be a good short from this point. It's just that, you know, where we will see the liquidity. There is not really any liquidity formed, which is going to be the problem in my opinion. What to do if you are stuck in trading and can't get more profitable? What do you mean by stuck in trading? That's very like a general term. Yeah, so the EU is getting a reaction now. Here in this case, we are looking for at least breaking this level here. But that's like a very, very first one and very early / very aggressive entry. This could have been a potential short today from this point, but I wasn't taking it. It's a bit too risky. And on Bitcoin, I told you the plan. Let's check the order flow after the FOMC. There's a bit more longs open. Okay, so longs are getting in. I want to see what's going to happen. I believe there is a 90% chance that we will go and take this low before coming any higher, if we will come any higher. So I'm looking for this low to be swept, potentially then move into the upside. Very hard to tell right now. I think the biggest or the best potential trade today is the one on the EU if we get the move to the upside. This kind of looks pretty solid. We may even go up here and sweep the liquidity above this high, but that would be the best trade. Like you can get profitable after multiple trades and you are just stuck. It depends on after how many, like, it depends on what is your win rate. After your win rate, you basically can get the numbers of the likelihood of you hitting a losing streak of certain amount of trades after, let's say, 200 positions. So I know this, that basically with my strategy, it's basically guaranteed that I will get 7+ losing trades in a row before hitting the first winning one with the strategy that I currently get, or with the win rate that I currently get, which is around 50%. You not read my message, man. Something wrong? You mean on Discord? Or where? You can't hear me. I think the mic should be working well. Not here. I don't see your message. I think it's gonna be problem with your speaker. So Maciej Herbeck is saying that I'm not reading his message. He says not here. So now I'm confused. Where do you mean? Checking my Instagram. How much percent you risk per trade? How much percent you risk per trade? It depends. Usually from 0.5 to 1%. I'm not trying to go above. But sometimes with the spread and so on, you hit your stop loss and it's around like 1.2-1.3%. So that's a bit more. Sometimes it can happen. Where do you want to place stop loss on EU if the price comes to the entry zone? I will be placing the stop loss based on the reaction from the level. So I'll be looking for breaking the local 1 minute demand. So basically the PBL, point before liquidation. If we create any liquidation, and then if so, then I will be placing the stop loss above the high. What is the likelihood of EU moving to the upside? It's bouncing from a strong support. Is it? Yeah, it's bouncing from this daily supply. Let me check the 4 hour. Don't know about the 4 hour. I think it would be healthy for EU to move to the upside and fill this zone, but in terms of the likelihood, I don't have any like a statistical edge on this one. So I wouldn't long, let's say it this way, I wouldn't long EU, I would just simply wait. If it's gonna move up, then yes, I can short, but if it's gonna continue going down, then I will be shorting these local levels. Poor highs lows based of the TPO 30-minute chart. Do you look at the other candles time frames as well? Well, basically TPO, the theory is based on 30 minutes, so you can be using any other time frame. Order flow wise, I see some shorts opening on Bitcoin. Yeah, there's a decent amount of shorts actually. Especially above this high right here, this 27,300. What about the longs? Okay, so yeah, we are getting much more shorts. In the market on the buy bid. Okay. This would make sense to basically go and grab them, like pseudo liquidity above the highs. But locally, we really don't have anything. But maybe Bitcoin, oh sorry, gold is coming to the potential entry zone. I want to see the correlation with the DXY here. Okay, so the correlation is here, kind of strong one. For the DXY, it does make sense that it should start going lower, or it should. There is never really any like should, but it would make sense. It's like you can't really spot anything from this. Let's wait on gold. If we can tap the zone, potentially we can enter after that. Specifically around the 1924.9 could be an entry. It's a very strong demand. But like sometimes I get questions like how likely it is that this and that zone will hold. You know, like it can be strong, but you never know on 100% that it's gonna hold or not gonna hold. So here in this case, I will probably enter around the 1924.9, which is gonna be very, very soon. And we either hit take profit or it continues going down. It's not really much more that I will think about. It's just like you are going against heavy momentum on a chart and against the heavy trend, you know. And the daily open is rejecting us perfectly. It's kind of a very aggressive trade. So I'm currently placing the limit orders. All right, let's send this to group. I will be moving stop loss to break even as soon as it hits the first zone for breaking and stop loss. All right, so let's see if we tap the limit order. It will be perfect if it just taps and then it goes to the upside, so it will sweep the liquidity, but now it doesn't really seem like it will. Data on DXY is better on capital.com. Not really. Did it fill the gap? No, it didn't fill the gap yet. On gold, I'm a bit nervous that it's not gonna tap me in. I think that I'm gonna place it a bit higher. Yeah. 1925.2. It's gonna be a better entry. So I just changed it to 1925.2. That's gonna be the entry. It's gonna be more of a swing trade here. 5.2, that is here. Stop loss for me is placed below the low. Hopefully we're not gonna get a move to the upside from this point. I would be upset. And I'm looking at least for the trade here, to take it up here. Yeah, and the deal is something like Skill or PayPal for withdrawals. Yes, it's basically a payment provider. So exactly as you said. Let's wait. Nothing more that we can do. I will just set alert here. It says gold entry zone. That is about it. All right, we should be, no, not fill yet. Checking the MetaTrader. But nope, not yet. It has to go a bit lower. But now it's not doing anything. Checking on the Billions Club account, checking on the other account. So basically right now I'm using NT4 and NT5 at once. What, I'm still not... It's not filling me in. I have to enter with the market. This sucks. He literally tapped exactly to the limit order. It didn't fill me. So I'm in with the market. I did the analysis on EU, but yes, I will check it again. This candle is going to be extremely important. this will really decide about the trade, in my opinion. If we get a move down, fine, we will get stopped out. Trading is a game of probabilities, and I currently get around the 50% win rate. So basically that means that out of 10 trades, you will lose 5. But you gotta keep that in mind. You need to really stick to the risk management, because if you will, or if I will close the trade a bit lower, then eventually, like, these small percentages will be making the difference in the end. So EU. Yeah, as I said, EU would still be looking a bit higher on EU. For me, this is not enough of a resistance. And I would be looking potentially all the way up here to this box. We'll see how that goes. Let's monitor the gold chart and let's see how this moves. So I would probably get filled now if I kept the limit order. See, are we gonna get a news in a short amount of time here? I think that the first news 14:30, right? Here on gold, we gotta reclaim at least this zone here. If we are talking for actually gold going up. How I view gold chart is that it's basically sweeping the liquidity, in my opinion, from this point, and I'm expecting a bounce out of this demand. It can definitely be a losing trade though. That's just a part of the game. I'm a bit upset that I entered with the market, because then my average entry price is like 1925.5, which, like, it's a small difference, but in the end it makes exactly, I was risking around 1%, maybe 0.9. Now I'm gonna lose like 1.2 if I get stopped out. I believe gold might take out the Asia session low before going up. Yes, it definitely can happen. It definitely can happen. And if so, then there is no rule that you can re-enter. You know, if they will create that, then I'm basically looking for a sweep, move up, hit of the demand, and then move to the upside. Not much more you can do about it here. The thing that I don't like is that I'm going against heavy momentum after the FOMC. That's why I'm also saying that it's a very risky trade, basically. Because it really is. Oh, Bitcoin actually swept the LQ. Oh my goodness, I completely forgot about BTC. Mm, 15 minutes doesn't look that bad. Let's check the 5. 5 will be even better, I think. It's not bad from the open interest perspective. I want to see net longs decreasing and net shorts opening. All right, so the decrease is here. And the increase is also here, heavy increase. So on Bitcoin, I will be bullish. On gold, the reaction is pretty damn slow. I think on gold, it's gonna hit the stop loss after what I see now. But that's just a part of the game. It's a high risk to reward trade, so it's kind of worth it to wait here. Oh, this is still inside that 4-hour candle. We still got 8 minutes to go. So yeah, it actually may go and sweep the liquidity from the Asia low. That would make sense. I'm just wondering if you're gonna sweep it during the first, or during this candle, or the open of the new candle, which is gonna be in 8 minutes. Oh, okay. So we are going down. I'm getting stopped out now. Yeah, stop loss hit. Exactly as I said, 1.1%. So I'm down. Current account balance is 98,823. So gold is potentially really going all the way down here to 1916. Could be the case. Good point from someone in the chat, Lucia from the chat, looking for the sweep of the LQ from the Asia low. Happened perfectly here. Okay, and the BDC. This is really local sweep. So potentially we are looking for a small bounce, but depends if we can close above the high here. If this just creates the swing failure pattern, and then we got one important level that needs to be reclaimed, which is this 1926. 1926, 1927 zone, then I will start thinking about taking a long again, honestly. But that would be my last trade today. Because like usually the worst thing that you can do is lose a lot of money on one setup when you do like a more re-entries. So you enter, you get stopped out, but you still think it goes up. So you enter again, and then you get stopped out again. Then it creates like a new entry for you. You enter again and you lose again. So basically on one idea, you can lose like 3%. And this is usually what puts me really heavily down. So I will either decrease the risk or I won't take it at all. I will have to think about it a bit more. But these trades can really stop you. Looking for longs to Euro Gold ES. Yeah, on EU I'm still also looking for a move up. All the way to like 106,950. But yeah, I think gold may be continuing all the way down to actually 1917. I think you are thinking about this 1922 low. Guys, what do you think about the one-step challenges where you have only like a 6% drawdown? I think for Funded Engineer, they do it. You got only one step challenge, but you get only 6% drawdown, 4% daily drawdown. I think it's actually much easier than like the two-phase, because basically even already when you are like 6% down, it's very hard to get back to the break even, and then you have to make another 10%. So I'm gonna try it, the My Finance Engineer one-step challenge, and I'll probably do it live on YouTube. But in my opinion, it's much easier to just fulfill 8% in one-step challenge than doing like a two-step challenge, because, you know, it'll take much more time. This could have been a really, really, really nice short from this 1930. So the 4 hour is going to be closing now, so I'm expecting some volatility come into the market after the open of the new candle. Or volatility, not really like a volatility, but hopefully they will start, or hopefully, it doesn't really matter now, but I believe they could start reversing the candle to the upside. If not, then I'm looking for the 1917 zone. Simply said, and that's the plan for now. Like the perfect trade would be if they now close it within 2 minutes, they close it above here, above the red line, but that's not gonna happen most likely. It's good if the leverage is offered the same. I think it is. I think it is. I'm not 100% sure, but I think the leverage is the same as it is on the two-step challenge. Yeah, they would have to close like 1 minute candle above this line here, which is most likely not gonna happen. So we are coming to the last minute of the 4 hour. See how that goes. I think gold is actually coming to 1917 from what I see now. Guys, let me know in the chat what you're thinking, but I think there is a high chance that gold is coming all the way down to 1917. I wouldn't short this though. It's too risky. Even Bitcoin is coming down now. Okay. So let's wait for this new candle, how that goes. But if the upcoming one closes below this gray box, then there is a very, very high chance we are coming all the way down here, basically. Here we go. That's the open of the new one. Yeah, like the 4 hour looks much bearish, much more bearish. It's always important to keep in mind the bigger time frame, like the bigger picture, which is the 4 hour in this case. Did it sweep this low or it didn't? I think it didn't, right? No, it didn't. I think that is needed for gold coming higher. They need to sweep at least this low. I'm short from 1930, that's amazing. It's 100% fake from $100 to 200,000 in 7 weeks. Or he did like a multiple tries. Funded engineer is low leverage. I can check it right now. Like, I don't need bigger leverage for my trading, so it's gonna be, if it's like 1 to 50 or 140, it's fine. I trade 140 on Billions Club. Their website looks terrible, actually. They got 1 to 100. Right, this is a 100K account. Oh, so actually the one phase challenge is you need to hit a 10%. And the drawdown is 4% and 6% overall and 1 to 100. Okay, so it's not 8. But it's still good. I think it's still easier than the two-phase challenge. I said 1940, no? Or I said 1930? 1940, that's amazing. I'm a bit upset that I didn't take the trade yesterday on EU because, look, I had this zone marked out, but obviously I'm not trading during the news. So after I saw that we are getting the FOMC, I wasn't even entering into the position. Here, basically, we got a FOMC and straight move down. So, a bit unfortunate. I need to see the XY breaking through this zone and coming lower. If we are talking about gold getting a move up. Yeah, 1940, that's amazing. Let's check the news. Tomorrow we got plenty of it. Yeah, tomorrow we got a PMI. And I was wondering, I think the PMI is usually at 4 p.m., not at 3:45. Correct me if I'm wrong, but PMI is at 4 p.m., I believe. I think this candle looks very, very strong though. I would be looking for the move lower on gold. I'm honestly happy that I got stopped out because then you can be 100% objective. If you are still in a position, then you are still like leaning towards your side, you know. So if I would be still in long, I would still be trying to look why the price should go up. But when you are out, it doesn't really matter. It's just you got to be objective. So yeah, gold now, waiting game, EU EU hard to tell in my opinion. It didn't sweep the liquidity yet. I think EU is likely to go a bit higher still. If we get to this point, then I'm going short. Gold, as I said, Bitcoin is coming basically to break even. Here, for me, it's completely a waiting game. In my opinion, it's more likely that we will continue down. But if you think about the plenty of shorts that we got to the market, it would make sense to go to the upside, basically sweep the liquidity above all of these highs and potentially come in lower. So I'm still holding the Bitcoin trade. I would be upset if I'm going to close it now in a break even and then it goes up. And for me, it's worth to risk 1% in order to make my entry is approximately here. Stop loss place here. So basically this trade gives me 3.R. So risking 1% in order to make 3.8 is worth it in my opinion. I've noticed a lot of foreigners trade in gold. Why not in BTC? What do you mean by foreigners? I don't really know what you mean, honestly. But anyway, guys, I will be collapsing today's stream because the plan is clear. It's a bit of a waiting game. Keep in mind the PMI. Sorry, not the PMI, the unemployment claims. That will affect the market. That will bring some volatility in. But yeah, that's about it. Thank you so much for today. If you have any questions related to my trading, my style, or whatever it is, then don't forget you can DM me on Discord, no problem with that. And I will be connecting my FX book once I get to my office, so I will just charge my Mac. And I will share it to the Billions Club Discord, to Crypto Wizards Discord, to my Twitter, and so on. So you'll be able to monitor my portfolio. We are down by 1% today. All right, so that's it. Thank you so much for watching and see ya on the next one.